Morning class. So let's start today's lecture. Kylie, let me know if I'm audible. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's quickly revise what we had done in the last lecture. Then I will give you some new problems to solve. In the previous lecture, I had told you that we can minimize DFA using two methods. First, we are going to see. We already saw what exactly do we mean by classical method. Basically, classical method consists of these three steps. That is, first we need to convert the regular expression into an NFA. Obviously, you know that NFA can consist epsilon moves also. So we first of all need to get rid of that epsilons and get a DFA, right? So this was the very first step. That is, we first of all converted the regular expression into an NFA, and from that NFA we converted that into a DFA. And finally, we saw whether that DFA can be further minimized. If at all that can be minimized, we minimized it and came up with the final answer. So that is what we call as a minimized DFA. Okay. So this is the very first type. Second type is box method. Very few questions come on this particular type. Most of the questions are being asked on classical method. So I would say that 90 to 10% ratio is set for classical method to box method. So I won't be focusing much on box method. I will most probably solve one question and tell you how exactly box method is different from classical method. So we will be solving three problems on classical method today and one problem on box method. If time permits, I can go ahead with the next concept, or I can give you a few more practice problems. Okay. So if I'm clear with this, we can quickly start with today's agenda. We are going to solve three problems. So this is our very first problem. We need to convert this into a minimized DFA. So if you are aware of the initial steps, we need to convert this into, first of all, RE to FA, right? So this is an RE given to you. You need to convert this regular expression into a DFA, into an NFA. Okay. Step number one, RE to NFA, right? So now you are well aware of how to convert a regular expression into a non-deterministic finite automaton. So simply start on with your actual process. जो अब तक करते आए हैं, simply do that only. Convert this into an NFA. How to do it? You all know it, right? Follow the steps and complete this and let me know how many states you're getting. Once you're done, kindly acknowledge, then I can move ahead. Okay, take your time, 2 minutes, 3 minutes maximum. 14 states. Okay, let me see. What about others? 0 into 0 plus 1 closure 1. Okay, let's see. Also name them properly, as I have already told you how to name them, right? So let me receive answers from others, then I can draw the diagram. Okay, first step, 0 dot 0 plus 1 closure 1. So first of all, construct the closure part, then add a 0 and add a 1. Okay, complete it and let me know. Side by side, let me start drawing it, otherwise it will take some time. 0 plus 1 closure. So if I draw it like this, 0 plus 1 closure. Now you all know how to draw such diagrams. This is 0, this is 1, epsilon part over here. It is a closure, hence we need to add one state at the beginning and one state at the end, and then draw the loops. This will be the first loop, and this will be the second loop with epsilon. This is 0 plus 1 closure. Now we need to add a 0 at the beginning and 1 at the end. This is 0 and this is 1. So this is your diagram. Now quickly number up the states. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So I'm getting it in 10 states. So 14 states इनका था, I guess check करो हर्ष एक बार kindly check करो. I'm getting it in 10 states. What about others? Kindly let me know. This is the diagram for it. I am getting the answer in 10 states. okay, including 0 and 9. So it becomes 10. Okay, so this is your state. Okay, put on the epsilons wherever they are missing. So this is the very first step. Am I clear with this? Kindly check the diagram once. I will be solving all these problems right now. Okay, 10 states is what I'm getting. Now read your step number two. Step number two is you need to construct this table, that is NFA to DFA or epsilon closure table. So we can move ahead. Okay. Step number two is NFA to DFA. That is also called as epsilon closure table, if you remember. क्या किया था हम लोगों ने एक टेबल बनाया था सिंपल सा. It was a table which consisted of rows and columns. Over here it was X, and over here it was Y. Y is nothing but epsilon closure of X. That is whatever path we can go from X via epsilon. Then it was Y on, inputs are 0 and 1, so we will write Y on 0 and then transition of Y on 1. This is what used to happen, right? Okay, 0 to 9. 0 to why there would be a 0 to 9 epsilon. Okay, you're asking about states. Yeah. State number 0 to state number 9. So we are having total 10 states. Any queries, any doubts so far? If the diagram is correct or not, kindly let me know. Okay, all clear. Fine. So we have to start with initially 0. Okay. So put 0 over here in place of X. Now, as you all know, we have to write all those values over here which can be traveled from 0 using epsilon path. So is there any other value present over here from 0 which can be traveled to any other path using epsilon? Kindly let me know. क्या क्या वैल्यूज आएगा इस सेट के अंदर? 0 तो आएगा ही. What else? From state number 0, can we travel to any more states with epsilon as the path? Nothing. और कुछ है क्या? See over here. We can go from 0 to 1, but that is not an epsilon path, right? उधर ही आके अपना stop हो जाता है. Is there any other path available? No. Am I clear? Kindly let me know. Basically, starting from 0, what are the various states which we can reach via epsilon needs to be entered over here, but there are no states further which can be reached from 0 using epsilon. So we stop over here. That is why the only value which is present inside the set will be a 0. Clear? So now tell me what are the various states out of these values which can be reached with input 0. As you all know, मैंने last time बताया था, rough side में लिख लो चाहिए तो. Okay, write it over here for 0 input and for 1 input. 0 कहाँ पे? First check that. 0 is present on state 0. 0 is present on state 3. That's it. Similarly, 1 is present on state 5 and 8. Right? So from 0 it is going to 1. From 3 it is going to 4. Similarly, from 5 it is going to 6. From 8 it is going to 9. Okay. Total how many inputs are there? There are 4 bits of inputs, and this is what we get. Right? This is a shortcut. मैंने last time बताया था. If you remember, simply right side पे rough side पे किधर तो लिख दो. Write it down so that it becomes easier for you. Now check this. Check the table once again. Transition of y on 0. What is y? Y is 0. So is there any transition of y on 0? Is there any transition of 0 on 0? Yes or no? Check this table if you wish. Yes, there is a transition of 0 on 0. Where is it going? It is going to 1. So we simply need to write 1 over here. Cool. I'm simply revising this question once again because there was a gap of 4 days, 3 to 4 days in between. Similarly, is there a transition of 0 on 1? No. I can't see any transition of 0 and 1, so simply put it as a blank state, sorry, blank set, which is having no characters inside it. Clear with this? We can't write a null over there. It is a blank set or an empty set. We can say that. Clear with this? First step is clear. सबको same आ रहा है? Kindly let me know. Kindly acknowledge so that I can move ahead. Yes. What about others? Okay, thank you. So let's move ahead. Now we know that we can either select this or this. So let me select the set 1. Okay, so now from 1, kindly let me know what are the various possibilities of y. Jay, what do you want me to explain? What do you want me to repeat? Kindly let me know. Yes, kindly let me know. You want me to repeat the diagram? You want me to repeat the table 1, 2, 3, 5, 8? Okay. Table ka step number 1. Okay. Were you absent in the last lecture? Okay, let me explain it once again. First, we need to start with the start state, which is 0 over here. 0 से start किया हमने. Then 0 say what are the various ways, what are the various states we can reach from 0 with epsilon value. Over here, you can see that there are no states which are reachable from 0 with epsilon. So, first thing first, जो state पे हम लोग है वो state तो आना ही चाहिए. Whichever state we are currently present at, that has to be a part of this set. Okay, so we are writing 0 over here. But as we can see, unfortunately, there are no states which can be reached from 0 with epsilon. Okay, that's why we have written blank over here. That is only 0. Similarly, the second column over here, the third column, in fact, this input, basically what it means is it is transition of y on 0. What is y? Y in this case is set 0. So what exactly I mean is we need to check whether 0 has any transition of input 0. 0 is or 0 over here is a state, right? So whether state 0 has any transition on 0, we need to check. Yes, state 0 has a transition on 0. Where is it going? It is going to state number 1. That's why we have written 1 over here. Clear, Tanvi? Similarly, the state 0 on input 1, we need to check. Whether state 0 has any input 1, I can see clearly that state 0 has no transitions for input 1. That's why we have written a null set over here. Clear with this? Similarly, I have written this shortcut for you. Check the diagram once and design it. I have designed it like this. There are two inputs, 0 and 1. So simply write all those states which are having transitions for input 0. Similarly, all those states which are having transitions for input 1. Then which exact column you want me to explain? It is going from 3 to 4 also. Dekho, we need to check transition of y on input 0 and y on input 1. What is y in this case? Y is only 0 and we need to check only the, first of all, case is epsilon closure. Over here, epsilon start कहाँ से हो रहा है? It is starting from 0. We are considering the zeroth state first, right? Zeroth state से epsilon और किधर है क्या? No, because 0 से directly we are connected to 1. 1 is not a part of it. Yes or no? 1 is not a part of this closure. This set is nothing but it will only consist of all those values which are traversable using an epsilon path only. समझ रहे हो अभी? As 0 has to be a part of that set, we can't avoid that. But 0 के पास कोई epsilon closure है क्या? No. 0 doesn't have any epsilon closure. That's why no further state can be a part of this epsilon closure set. Am I clear with this? If this is clear, this particular thing has to be clear. Cool. Can I move ahead? Kindly let me know. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's see what exactly is the next row. The next row, I can either take this one or I can take this blank. Oh, okay. So what exactly, if I take one, what exactly happens is now one has to be a part of it. So one तो लिखना ही पड़ेगा मुझे. देन वन से एप्सिलॉन क्लोजर्स के बाद कौन से, वो ध्यान से देखो, देन वी हैव अ लुक एट इट. You were having doubts, kindly clarify it using this particular step. From 1 we can go to 2, yes or no, with epsilon path. So I can write 2 over here. From 2 I can go to 3. From 2 I can go to 5 with epsilon path, yes. So I will simply write 3 comma 5 over here. Anything else left? Yes, because from 1 we can see that there is a loop, not a loop. There's a transition from 1 to 8 if I'm not wrong. So I need to write that also, right? So these are the transitions which are possible. Kindly have a look. और कुछ आएगा क्या? Kindly let me know. From 1 to 2 it is possible, right? This one. From 2 to 3 it is possible. From 2 to 5 it is possible. But we can't go from 5 to 6 because the input is 1 over here and not epsilon. Similarly, with the same logic, we can't go from 3 to 4 because the input is 0 and not epsilon. So वो सारे paths, all those paths which can be traveled directly or indirectly via epsilon only needs to be considered. That's why from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 2 to 5, and 1 to 8. So these are the states which can be considered in this particular set. Am I clear? What about others? Are you getting the same answer as mine? Okay. Okay, thank you. So we can move ahead, right? Now you only tell me what will be the transition of y on 0 and y on 1. I'm not writing it. Kindly let me know. Out of these five, only you have to consider whether any state has a transition of 0 or 1. You can refer this particular table on the right hand side. Simply check whether 0 or 3 are present in this set. No, 0 is not present, but 3 is present. So 3 is going to 4. So I can simply write 4 over here. Nothing else is present because it's a simple shortcut. Kindly check 0 and 3 whether they are present in this. No, they are not present in this. Similarly, for input 1, check whether 5 or 8 is present in the set. Yes, both are present. 5 कहाँ पे जा रहा है? 5 is going to 6 and 8 is going to 9. So simply write that. Clear with this? This is a shortcut for solving the various inputs and what are the transitions corresponding to them. Clear? So can we move ahead? I will consider this epsilon at the end. ठीक है? जो बाकी traverse करने हैं पहले उनको consider कर लेते हैं. So which is left? Consider 4 now. Okay. Check the diagram once again. From 4, obviously 4 will be a part of the set. So I have to write 4. Next, from 4 we can go to 7. Ayush, for null set there will be everything as null inside the table. Okay. हर चीज हर because that is not significant at this point of time. Okay. So let's solve this 4 first. 4 is traversable from 4, obviously. From 4, we can go to 7. From 7, we can go to 8. Similarly, from 7, we can go to 2 if you see the diagram carefully. From 2, we can go to 3. From 2, we can go to 5. Anything else left? Kindly check the diagram and let me know. We are talking about 4. We are discussing state number 4. From 4, we can go to 7. From 7, we can go to 8. Right? From 7, again, we can go to 2. From 2, we can go to 3. From 2, we can go to 5 with epsilon path. If anything else is left, kindly let me know. Kindly be active and let me know the answer. Yeah, so the set is fine, right? Nothing else. Now check 0 and 3. Again, 0 and 3. Only 3 is present over here, so I will write 4. 5 and 8 both are present, so I will write 6 comma 9. Okay, same values again. So what is left, which is not being traversed yet? Yeah, it is 6 comma 9. So we are going to consider 6 comma 9 as the new value over here. Order is not important. Again, I am telling you can take any particular value. आप पहले 6 comma 9 से भी start कर सकते थे instead of 4. I am simply following left to right fashion. I will consider the empty set at the end. Okay, so now consider 6 comma 9. As you all know, मैंने पहले बताया आपको कि epsilon closure of 6 comma 9 is nothing but epsilon closure of 6 union epsilon closure of 9, right? So first of all, दोनों के individually you have to calculate and then take a union. So consider 6 first. 6 is nothing but 6 is going to 7. Sorry. Yeah. 6 is going to 7 with epsilon. Again 7 आ गया मतलब you can consider the previous case also. So it is going to 7 to 8, 7 to 2, 2 to 3, and 2 to 5. This is all about 6. Now consider 9. 9 to last state hai. Okay, I forgot to mention it as final state. 9 is the final state. Okay, so 9 to final state hai. वहां से किधर भी एप्सिलॉन पाथ नहीं है, so close it. So again check 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 5, 9. 6, 7, 8, 2, 3, 5, 9. Correct. So this is the answer I'm getting. Again check whether any more transitions are possible over here, any changes possible. Is 0 and 3 a part of it? 0 is not a part of it, 3 is part of it, so it will be 4. This will be 5 and 8 both are present, so we are getting the same repeated values once again. If I'm correct, kindly let me know. If this is what you're getting, kindly acknowledge and give me the answers. Only Ayush is giving the answer. What about the rest of the people? 76 people are in the lecture, so kindly acknowledge and give me answers. Yes. Okay. So are you getting repeated values till here? No further values left. Yes. Okay. So what should we do next? Only this blank set is remaining, right? So what we should do is this blank bacha hai, so consider that blank as a new row over here. Proof 9 is also part of this set, na? I'm telling you, if I'm constructing epsilon closure of 5, for example, 5 has to be a part of it of that set. 5 to आएगा ही. Apart from 5, whatever etc is left, we have to consider that. But if I'm asking कि आपको epsilon closure of 7 निकालना है, तो 7 has to be a part of it because there is always a self loop from this. For example, this is the state. There will always be a self loop like this on that particular state. Okay, that is invisible. We don't consider that, but that is an unsaid, unspoken rule. Okay, so if I'm considering state number 9, then 9 has to be part of its own closure. Clear? So only this null set is remaining. So what we need to do is everything inside this particular row will be a null set. This is how we consider the null set. That is why I have waited and written it at the very end. Clear now? This table is fine. So how to proceed ahead? As we all know, we need to construct a next table for it in step number 3. What is that step? Step number 3 is you need to provide names for each of these rows, right? So how to give names to it? Simply write A, B, C, D, and E over here, right? I'm simply assigning some characters or I can say some alphabets to each of these rows. The inputs are 0 and 1 because we want to convert this into a DFA, so it should look like a DFA. Otherwise, step number 2 में जो table मिला that doesn't look like a DFA. It's very complicated. That's why we are converting this into a DFA. Now write down the states. It is A, B, C, D, and E. Now tell me what is the final state over here. Can anyone let me know what is the final state? Out of A, B, C, D, E, what should be your final state? D. Correct, because as you all know, I had told you in the last lecture, epsilon closure के column में, in this column, wherever 9 is present, why 9? Because in my original diagram, 9 was my final state. So D is my final state. So D is my final state. So D is my final state. Clear? So now fill up the entire table. Have a look at A row. Row number A is having 1. What is 1? 1 is B. So simply put B over here. Similarly, over here it is blank on null set. Null set is nothing but E. So I will write E over here. With the same logic, B on input 0 gives 4. But what is 4? It is C. So I will write C over here. Next up, B on input 1 is 6,9. What is 6,9? It is D. So simply write D over here. Next up, C on input 0 gives 4. What is 4? 4 is C only, right? So I will write C. C on input 1 is 6,9. That comes out to be D. Next up, D on input 0 is again 4. That is C, and this has to be D. Last, it is E, comma E. This is your DFA. Yeah, it is compulsory to consider because has to be a set or has to be a state. Over here, if we don't consider this null set over here, then the entire meaning gets lost because each and every row has to be traveled once. That is why हर एक value जो repeat नहीं हो रहा है, we have considered that. That's why we have taken this null set also as a state. Correct? So have a look at this table. If any further minimization is possible, kindly let me know. That will be your final step. That is DFA to minimize BFA. And then draw the diagram. B, E, C, D. We can combine state B and C, right? Yes or no? Can we combine state B and C? Correct. Because there is minimization possible over here. Both are non-final states. So we can combine them as state B. Okay. So complete the minimized table over here. Mention that you are combining state number B and C. A doesn't need any changes, so A will remain same. Now B and C have been combined, so wherever there is C, we have to write B. Okay, it doesn't need any change. D is your final state. It will be B comma D, and last E. E is nothing but E comma E. Okay. Any more minimization possible? No. I can't see any more minimization possible because transitions are same in case of B and D, but D is the final state and B is a non-final state. So we can't merge them, we can't combine them. So finally, if you want to add one more step, it could be the transition diagram. Okay. So final diagram जो आपका बनेगा, simply draw that. It is nothing but state A. A was your start state, so highlight that. A, B, T now. D is the final state and E. So from A on input 0, we are going to B. On input 1, we are going to E. Similarly, B on input 0 is a self loop. B on input 1 goes to E. Similarly, D on input 0 goes to B. D on input 1 is a self loop. E is a self loop only. So I can say that E is a dead state. Yes or no? Because whatever is the input, yeah, correct. Last state is dead state. Yeah. So we have combined that. And you can mention it's not necessary to remove that dead state in this case because from 10 states we have already minimized into four states. So there's no need to mention and remove it from the final diagram. If you wish, you can do it further, but यहाँ तक किया तो भी correct answer आपका, right? So am I clear? Easy 10 marks, right? Obviously थोड़ा lengthy है. If you are starting it without even any practice, you actually need a lot of practice to solve these questions because they tend to be quite lengthier when you start solving it, right? So do you need one more question on this just to make things clear? I have two more questions. I can give one. We can solve one today, and I can give one as your homework so you can practice at your home. And then we can start with the new topic that is box method. I only have one question on box method. We actually needed 20 lectures for these two modules, but uh, we are already on 22nd lecture. I'm purposely going slow because teaching TCs in online mode is a lot trickier because I need to stop a lot in between for you to answer. So it becomes a little lengthier in case on few questions. So let's see how it goes. By next lecture, we will be completing our second module. Okay. So we are 2 to 3 lectures behind schedule, but it's fine, I guess. Understanding is important, right? So this is our next question. You can start solving it. First of all, draw the diagram properly. It is A plus B closure, whole closure, 1, 0. Okay. So I'm planning to give a short assignment after this module is completed, just as a practice. Okay. So complete this question first, and then we can solve the next type of question. It is A plus B closure, whole closure. Diagram is important. वो properly बनाओगे तो आगे पूरा case solve हो जाएगा. Just 1 second, just give me the second. Last question, you want me to show the entire question or the diagram? What part exactly? Which step? Entire, okay. So let me know when to scroll down. Okay, as a whole, will it be visible? It's lot lengthier. I don't think it will be visible. Okay, no need of diagram. Is it fine? I will give these screenshots, don't worry. But yeah, I will take some time, obviously. Done? Okay. So let's move ahead. Construct this question diagram for it. A plus B closure, whole closure, 1, 0. Again, it's quite similar, but it is A plus B closure. So there will be one more closure in between. This time it is A plus B closure. So the lower part which I'm drawing is B closure. Okay, sorry, there's one more closure. This is A plus B closure. Now it's का भी closure चाहिए, right? Sometimes the questions may get trickier. I guess this is final now. It is A plus B closure, whole closure, 1, 0. Let me give numbers to these states: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Yeah, correct. 12 states. Okay, is the diagram correct? Any more changes you feel? I don't think so, but still have a look at it as I'm doing it live. So just have a look and let me know if it's correct or not. You will have the solution in 12 states. I can explain this diagram once again if you wish. It is basically A plus B closure ka whole closure. I have done it all together. I have drawn it all together. What you can do is, first of all, you can construct B closure, then add it with A. Add means or. बीच में plus होगा. So it is A, the first part, plus the lower part and addition in between. So it is A plus B, and that is whole closure. So add one state at the end and one state at the beginning. So it becomes a closure. A plus B whole closure followed by 1 and then 0. Clear with the diagram? So now, as the diagram is complete, you can start with the solution. You all know how to complete it, how to solve it. So that is step number one. Sorry, step number two. That is NFA to BFA. Kindly start solving it. Construct the table. First of all, you can write on this side that there are two inputs A and B. Okay. So what happens on inputs? State number two goes to state number three on input A. Input A is only okay. There are one second. I have made a small mistake. Multiple inputs are present over there. So it is BA. Make a change over here. There might be a mistake in the question paper. We can't have four inputs in one question. Okay. So it is BA. Instead of 10, it is BA. Make that change. These sort of mistakes happen in the question paper. Yeah. So it is BA. So we are having two inputs. Instead of one, it was B. That is the only change. So we have one more input from 10, we are going to 11. Similarly for B, from 5, we are going to 6, and from 9, we are going to 10. Clear with this? Now you can start solving this question. You can't have those four inputs in a question. कभी भी four inputs का question नहीं आता है. Maximum two inputs. A or B. Otherwise, that single question might take 20 minutes or 25 minutes for you to solve. Okay. So kindly solve it. Start solving it, and let me know your answers. There might be situations where you will only have 2 to 3 rows maximum, and the problem will be solved using all those 2 to 3 rows. There might be situations, okay. It's not necessary कि 5-6 रो ही आना चाहिए, 5 स्टेट ही आना चाहिए. 2-3 स्टेट्स में भी कभी-कभी आंसर आ जाता है. Kindly solve it and let me know how many rows you are getting in the table. Let me start with 0. If from 0 I can go to 0 only, and then from 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 4. From 0 I can go to 9. Yes or no? Kindly check the diagram. From 0 I can go to 1. From 1 I can go to 2. From 1 I can go to 4. 4 से भी आगे जा सकते हैं हम लोग. From 4 we can go to 5. Check the diagram properly. From 4 I can go to 7. It's a huge thing. From 7 we can go to 8. It's never ending. From 8 we can go to 9. Everything is covered, I guess. From 8 I can go to 1. 1 is already there, so no need. Kindly let me know if anything else needs to be covered. I'm going through it once again. From 0 I can go to 0. From 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 4 to 5. 5 से आगे नहीं जा सकते. Okay. But from 4 we can go to 7. From 7 we can go to 8. From 8 we can go to 9. Anything else? From 0 we can go to 9. Correct. Kindly check this. Let me know if anything else needs to be added. That's it. Okay. So this was huge. Lot of values covered in the single state. Next, it is transition of y on input 0, sorry, input A, and transition of y on input 1. Kindly fill it up. Y on input A. Check first 2 and 3 are present or not. 2 is present. Sorry, 2 and 10. 2 is present, 10 is not present. So it will be 3. Similarly, check if 5 or 9 are present. Both are present. Okay. 5 is going to 6 and 9 is going to 10. Okay, I have written 9 twice. No issues. Thank you. Rest is fine. Okay. So you can consider next value, which is 3 over here. It is a set. Don't miss it. I can consider 3. So from 3, obviously 3 is visited using that epsilon. From 3, I can go to 8. From 8, I can go to 9. From 8, I can again go to 1. From 1 to 2, again the entire vicious cycle starts. From 1 to 4, 4 to 5, 4 to 7, and 7 back to 8. Anything else? Yeah, that's what I said. You may get the answer with 3 to 4 rows or even lesser than that. Y on B, right? What question have you asked, Jay? Sorry, Y on B. Yeah, that's a mistake I made. So anything else left in this epsilon closure of X in this particular value? I don't think so. Anything is left. So let's see whether 2 or 3 are present. 2 is present, 3 is also present. So from 2 we can go to 3 and 10 is not present, sorry. So it's going to be set of 3 only. What about this? Are we having 5 or 9 both over here? Yes, both are present. So again, the set is repeating. So what we can do is we can consider the last remaining value, which is 6 comma 10. To consider that 6 comma 10 का set over here, पहले तो 6 comma 10 लिख दो because they are going to be present inside the epsilon closure. Now from 6 we can go to 7. From 7 we can go to 8. From 8 we can go to 9. From 8 to 1 and again the entire cycle repeats. 1 to 2, 1 to 4, 4 to 5, 4 to 7. 7 is already covered, so no need. And rest left is 10. So 10 doesn't have any epsilon closures, so I can close it over here. Okay, anything else left? Anything else? Are there 4 rows or 3 rows? Kindly check it and let me know. 2 and 10. Yeah, it will be 4 rows because over here you can see that 2 and 10 both are present. So we need to add this particular value, that is 3 and 11. Correct. वही मुझे confusion हो रहा था because if you see this diagram carefully, if you see this table carefully, we don't, we haven't encountered 11 yet. Can you see 11 anywhere over here? We haven't encountered 11 yet. So what about the final state? So आपको आइडिया मिलना चाहिए कि if 11 is not yet traveled, there has to be one more row because otherwise you won't get the final state. Yes or no? So that's why there might have been any mistake if you have got the answer in 3 states or 3 rows. Okay, that's why I'm solving it along with you. So now check 5 and 9. 5 is present, 9 is present, so this is going to remain same. Okay, correct. It has to be present since it is the final state. That's why so far in these 3 rows we haven't encountered the final state yet. So there has to be a state which has 11 in it. So that is why we have to consider it properly. Diagram में mistake मत करना. Solving के time पे don't do any mistakes. Otherwise we will end up getting less marks because after step 2 the entire question will be wrong then. Okay, so we all know what is 3 comma 11. 3 comma 11 is nothing but epsilon closure of 3 union epsilon closure of 11. So we already have epsilon closure of 3 with us, so you can simply copy it down. It is 3 8 9 1 2 4 5 7 and simply add 11 to it. Correct? Is it fine now? Everything else is going to remain same. It is 3 and it is 6 comma 10. Yes or no? So now we have got this state, or we can say this set, which is having 11 inside it. Now you can solve it further, yes or no. It's pretty simple now. I am simply assigning letters to it. It is A, it is B, it is C, it is D. Now D is my final state. So simply write it in terms of a DFA. It will become A, B, C, and D. It is nothing but Q on epsilon, Q on inputs, sorry. And this is inputs are A and B. So now it becomes B, it becomes C, it is B only, it is C only. This is going to remain C everywhere. Now C on input A is 3 comma 11, which is D, and this is B. Is it clear? Yeah. So D is my final state. Now I can say that I can merge A and B together and name it as A. So after merging, we will get three states, correct? So it will be A, C, and D closure. Inputs are going to be A and B. Okay. So at the end, B and C, whatever we have merged B and A together. So I will write A over here. It will be C. It is D. It is C. It is A, and it is clear with this. Is it solved now? So you can imagine that initially we were having how many states? 12 states. From 12 states, we got four states. And after four states, we finally merged it and got the minimized diagram in three states. So this is how we minimize using the classical method. We now have got the answer in three states. So from A on input small a, like this, it is like this. C goes to D and C remains on C like this. So this is how we got the diagram. Clear with this? This is a 10 marks question. If you solve it properly, you will easily get 10 marks. Just keep on practicing on the speed, on the accuracy, and you will easily get those 10 marks. Clear with this? Any doubts so far? Kindly let me know. Okay, if you're having any doubts, kindly let me know. We still have time. I will just start with the introduction of the next topic. I will just tell you the steps. Okay, we just have one problem to be solved. Obviously, that couldn't be solved right now, but I will start with it. Okay. Uh, Before that, take down this question as a homework. Try it on your own and let me know the answers in the next lecture. Okay. In the meantime, let me drop the attendance link. Okay, take this question down. A closure plus B closure whole closure. Similar to the previous question. Okay, I guess the states will be more as compared to the previous one. It is A closure plus B closure whole closure. Okay, I have dropped in the attendance link. In the meantime, let me uh, discuss the next concept, which is, as you all know, DFA minimization can be done by classical method and box method. So this is the second method, which is called as box method. Why this is called box method, you will come to know because of its architecture. It looks somewhat like a box. Okay, it's somewhat like a puzzle. You will see how to solve it. Okay, let me go through the algorithm involved in it. It takes a longer time. That's why this particular top, very few questions have been asked on this so far. Let's go through the algorithm and then it will be clear. Step number one, remove all those states, remove all those states that are not reachable from the start state. Okay, remove all those states that are not reachable from the start state. So in this case, whatever is the state that is not reachable from the start state, we need to remove that from the main diagram. So let me show it along with this diagram only. It will make things clear. This is your diagram. So can you tell me which is the state which is not reachable from the start state? By looking into the diagram, which is the state that is not reachable from the start state? Directly or indirectly? Which is that state? D is reachable because we can reach D via B. only F. You can see that F doesn't have any incoming transitions. वो पहला hint होना चाहिए. F doesn't have any incoming transitions pointing towards it, right? So F is not reachable from the start state. So we remove F from the main diagram. This is your step number one. Step number two is create a table such that rows and columns can be identified by state numbers. It's your regular table which you design. So I can see that we remove F state as it is not reachable from the start state. Step number two is nothing but your actual diagram after actual table. So after removing your F state, this is what we are left with. This is your step number two. We are used to it. Simply look into the diagram and construct this table. That's it. उतना ही है. Step number three is all those cells in which one state is final and the other is non-final should be marked as one. This is where the actual box method begins from step number three. This is what we call as a box. Okay, have a look at it. This is what is called as a box. You can see this is a 4 by 4 pyramid sort of a structure. How we came to it, you have to draw it somewhat like this. It is a 4 by 4 structure, but you can see there are 5 states. So how we got it? Basically, you have to omit the start state over here. As you can see, A is the start state, but I'm beginning from B till E. So it is B, C, D, and E. But along the columns, you can see that I have omitted the last state which is present in the table, that is E. This is the syntax which we follow. This is the basic rule that we follow. While constructing the rows, while naming the rows, omit the start state, and while naming the columns, omit the last state, whichever is the last state, whether it is final, non-final, whatever it is. So I have written A, B, C, D over here. Can you tell me why I have done so? Any particular reason why I have done so? Any one of you can let me know. Come on, quick. Think of ideas. Why I have done so? It was initially 5 by 5. I could have gone with a 5 by 5 pyramid or a 5 by 5 matrix. Why I have done so? Why I have omitted the start state? Why I have omitted the last state? What is the reason? Anything behind it? Kindly let me know. Come on, quick, hurry up. No. Basically, what answer I'm looking for is it's not a self loop, it's not because of self loop. Correct. Everything is included in this. We can say that every possible intersection, whether it is AC, whether it is AB, whether it is EC, EB, whatever it is, every possible intersection or every possible combination is covered in this. So why to go for an extra state? Are you understanding? Are you getting it? Dheeraj is somewhat closer. Everything is getting included in this. So why to go for an extra box or extra cell? Abhirup is correct, right? So Jimit, I will come to your suggestion. C and E can be merged. This question is basically asked uh, on box method. So we need to solve the entire thing using box method without even merging the states initially. We will merge it at the end, no doubts with that. But we have to follow the rules, algorithms of the box method because it has been asked to solve using box method only. Okay, so this is your step number three. But in the step number three, it was mentioned that wherever there is a non-final state and a final state, you have to mark it with one. Read it once again. All those cells in which one state is final and the other is non-final should be marked as one. So in this case, this is your step number three. As you can see, there are many markings of one. How so? One is final and the other is non-final. So at the intersection of that particular final and non-final state, we have to mark it as one. So over here, C and A, it is AC, right? You can see A and C. C is final, A is non-final. I have marked it as one. Similarly, BC is again marked as one. AE is marked as one. BE is marked as one. So wherever there is a final state and one non-final state, we have to mark one inside the box. Clear with this? Any doubts? This is your step number 3. What about step number 4? Step number 4 is the most lengthier step. Okay. And step number 5 comes to the conclusion. So step number 4 I will explain, but I am guessing that we are only having 5 minutes. So I will start with it. No issues. I will again start with this question in the next lecture. Let P and Q be an unmarked cell and let A be some input symbol. This is the normal uh, theorem. So let PQ be an unmarked cell and let A be some input symbol. So what we need to do is, before starting step number 4, we need to see which are the states which are unmarked. Unmarked कौन से पहले वो देखो. Unmarked are all these which are not being marked inside this box. All those states are unmarked cells. Okay. So step number 4 is starting from here. I am going bottom up. Any direction you can follow. I am considering this particular cell first over here. This particular cell I'm talking about, CE. Okay. So according to our algorithm, what we need to do is check your algorithm first. Your algorithm says that let P comma Q be an unmarked cell. In this case, P comma Q is nothing but C comma E. Right? So let C comma E be an unmarked cell and let A be some input symbol. We are having two inputs, right? You can see we are having 1 and 0. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to check if transition of P comma A is equal to R and transition of Q comma A is equal to R. It simply means we need to check whether C on 0 is some value and E on 0 is some value. If both of them are same, that is both of them are R, then we can't come to any conclusion. That is, no decision can be taken. Clear? So have a look at this particular step over here once again. Transition of C comma 0 is B. I know this because I have this table ready with me. E comma 0 is B and E comma 0 is again B. So as both of them are same, according to our algorithm, we can say that no conclusions can be taken or no decisions can be taken. Clear with this? So are you with me? Are you following the algorithm? This is very simple. You can take a screenshot of this algorithm if you wish. Okay, next step is, obviously we know that both of these are same, so we can't take any decision. So we change the input. What we do is we now check for C on 1 and E on 1 and check whether we get different outputs or not. Okay, now we check for input 1. But again, we can see that C on 1 and E on 1 both are giving me the same output as C. So again, as both are same, we can't make any decision out of it. And as a result, the cell C comma E for the time being remains unmarked. Clear with this? Are you understanding? Okay, so this much I will do today because I won't be able to complete this entire question today. So the next lecture I will be completing what about the other unmarked cells. That is, we are going to start with this particular step from here till the end. Clear with this? So if you are having any doubts, you can kindly ask me. Otherwise, we can end this lecture. Okay, thank you so much.